Well, hello. I'm going to start this episode with a question. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone and you feel like they are intentionally misunderstanding what you're saying? Every single word that you say, they are twisting, changing, not understanding. And how hopeless this can make you feel after, like you just can't make your point to them. It's like they're thick, their skull is as thick as concrete. Have you ever been in this experience, or are you having that experience right now? My name is Terri Cole. I'm a licensed psychotherapist. I'm a relationship expert and a boundary expert. I'm also the founder of the upcoming Boundary Bootcamp. And in today's video, I'm giving you some really good information about how to handle, how can you manage narcissists, unhealthy people in your life, psychopaths, someone who is giving you unwanted attention, almost like a stalkery personality. What can you do besides engaging with them? Because I know that you've tried that, and we both know right now, we can admit to each other, that does not work. Because why does it seem that no matter what you say to someone, if you know that they're a narcissist, that it just feeds them? Every moment that you're upset, sad, in pain, they're engaged in this way. There's something about that. That is their narcissistic supply. So in today's video, this is really for those of you who can't just full on go no contact with someone. Because I find out here in the world where we're getting all this advice about how to deal with narcissists, so much of the time people are saying just go no contact. First of all, that's not easy. But secondly, what happens if they're the father of your children or the mother of your children? It's not that simple for everyone. Or if you are living with them and you have to live with them because you don't have money to move out, right? There are many circumstances where going no contact may not be possible. So if you can't get them out of your life, and yes, I agree, that is the best case scenario if you can do it. But if you can't, today in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the gray rock method. And many of you might have heard of this. I've only been aware of it for the past few years. And it was originated by someone in 2012. Actually, the only name I know of this person is Skylar, right? This is what was their online handle. And they wrote this amazing thing about how they handled their own situation. So let's talk about the background a little bit of how the gray rock method, and maybe you can tell by the name of it, he's going to teach us, or she's going to teach us, I don't even know if it's a he or a she, how to become as uninteresting to the narcissist or the psychopath as a gray rock. So the origin of the method itself is in this person's own life. They had been with a psychopath for 25 years. They're sitting there at a sushi bar after finally breaking up, but trying to understand what possibly happened. And a lovely person sits down next to them, and Skylar pours out her whole heart to this person. And the only thing he said is, be boring. To have the narcissist, the psychopath, stay away from you, be boring. So this complete stranger goes on to basically school Skylar, and he shares his own story of having a narcissistic girlfriend, and he knew if he left her that she would basically ruin his professional name because they were in the same industry. And so instead of leaving her, he became super uninteresting to her. So anytime she said, "You want to go out to dinner?" he was like, "I don't know." Everything in his life was just, with her, was just became this flat line. And eventually she broke up with him. So this was the beginning of this theory. And then Skylar really perfected the method, and wrote quite a bit more about it. But that's the origin of the gray rock method, just so that you guys know where it came from. Because, of course, I didn't make it up, but it's effective, and I've shared it with many of my clients, and so now I want to share it with you guys. This is primarily a way of basically encouraging the psychopath or the unbalanced mental person, the narcissist in your life, even if it's kind of a stalker, to lose interest in you. And so it really does differ from going no contact, because with no contact, you have to overtly try to avoid contact with the narcissist, right? With that other person. this gray rock method, you're not avoiding contact with them. You're just changing your contact with them. Because understanding that a narcissist or a psychopath, their supply, you've heard of narcissistic supply, what that is the drama that they stir up with you. That's what feeds them. And I know it is so unhealthy. It's so sick. It's not just, it's really unwell, but that's the truth. So the gray rock method teaches you to do nothing that is exciting or interesting. And with these personality types, it's the next shiny object. It's very easy for them to get distracted by the next dramatic thing if that isn't going to be you, because they can't stand to be bored. This is one of the things that they want to avoid the most. And with time, they end up finding a new person, sadly for them, but it's every person for themselves. When you're in a relationship with a psychopath, right? You have to take care of you. They end up moving on without you having to have 75,000 blowouts with them about it. So eventually they'll move on to greener pastures. This is a way of training the narcissist in your life to view you as very unsatisfying, as uninteresting. They start to get it in their own mind, their own neural pathways, that there isn't going to be satisfaction from you with the narcissistic supply of drama and emotion that they need. So what does this look like? How do you actually do this in your life? How do you become boring and uninteresting? Skylar goes on to be really specific about if you have anything that is shiny, if you have anything you value, someone with this personality disorder, this mental illness, will want to take it away from you. So if you have a nice shiny car, Skylar goes so far as to say, get a beat up car. Like actually just get a cruddy car so that everything about you is bland. My feeling is the most important thing to change, and if you get one thing out of this video, is not allowing that narcissist or that psychopath to push your buttons. Don't allow them to suck you into that dance that you've been doing, no matter what they say. So that really requires you practicing this. So you can do it with a trusted friend. Practicing controlling your own response, what's happening in your own body and your own mind, because you have to keep your eye on the prize, which is not engaging with that narcissist or that psychopath in a way that gives them all of this power to hurt you, to continue to hurt you. So, yes, becoming the gray rock is the way to go. But there's one thing I want to say about concern with this, which is that if you see how well this works in this situation, the gray rock situation, then you might want to do it in other areas of your life that are painful. Oh, what if I just pull back and don't allow myself to react or respond in those situations? This can become a road or like a path to using dissociation as a way of numbing yourself in life. So I want you to be mindful. If you are going to try to use the gray rock, don't worry, you'll have something you can download right here, which will give you steps of how to do it. If you want to try this gray rock method, you don't have to start it today. Give yourself expansion, time, space to make a really good bulletproof plan. And I truly believe that this method can be that, as long as you're mindful of the dissociative piece, because you have power over it. Think about how frustrating it's been. If you've been in a relationship with someone like this for years, months, decades, how there's no satisfaction in this relationship because they always win, right? They always end up winning the argument. It's so exhausting to go to battle with them. So for you, if you're not a narcissist, it depletes you. For them, this is their narcissistic supply. So, what we're really saying is that you're basically starving that relationship, the way that you've been interacting, from the fuel that it needs to keep going. Do this in a very safe way. You guys know in every one of my videos, if we're talking about psychopaths or narcissists, if someone is truly dangerous, then you need a different plan. Then you really need to involve the authorities. You need to get support and help in a different way. Or you need to I have a video on how to safely leave an abusive relationship. You really need to do that. Have an escape bag planned, all of that. Because you need to know it's your life. Are you in actual danger? Physical danger. Trust me, the danger you're in if you're in a relationship with a narcissist or a psychopath is incredibly real. But we need to deal with your physical protection first. So, you know that. If that's your situation, please go watch that other video. And if you're having trouble with boundaries in your life, please join my boundary bootcamp. It is happening right now, and it's not too late to join, and I want you to join. All you need to do is go to the link, which is right here, and I'm also going to be doing an epic free masterclass all about drawing boundaries, right? So the 3 simple steps to become a boundary ninja, and it is all free. This is for the ladies. You guys know that I love you, but what I'm doing right now is just for the ladies. So please, if you're a woman and you want to join my boundary bootcamp and come to my masterclass for free, just go to the link, which is terricole.com/boundary bootcamp. I hope that you found this helpful, and if you did, please share it on social media or with any of your friends or family who could use the help. I am sending you so much good luck employing the gray rock method, and I will see you guys next week. As always, take care of you.